how data science used in even sectors like ESG and sustainability. So what motivated you to choose this niche segment?
So we are an organization which has crossed now like 3+ years. What we primarily do is focus on two areas. One happens to be the buzzword about data analytics and stuff like that. With data is the new oil, AI and machine learning becomes an integral part of this whole journey, because
if people come from non-IT kind of backgrounds but have learned skills and they're able to apply, then you feel that people with that kind of a domain knowledge plus technology knowledge have space in the industry today.
We understood that the world is not just packed into balance sheets and P&Ls. So our association with OdinSchool has been great, and I would say our success percentage has been really good. OdinSchool really nailed it.
Hi, Mr. Verghese, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good too, thank you.
Great.
Right, we also have Bhavani with us.
Yeah. Hi, Bhavani.
Yeah, hi everyone.
Great, so thank you for giving us the time. We'll kind of, there are a few things that we'd like to discuss with you, starting with, we'd like to understand more about Foreseer. This is for the benefit of a lot of audience here.
Sure.
We know Foreseer is doing a lot of good work in the ESG and sustainability sector. So if you could throw light on what the company does, also on how data science and these technologies are used in even sectors like ESG and sustainability. So we'd love to know that, and then we'll discuss some more about different job roles that you have.
Sure, Shruti. First of all, thank you for having us here. And it's always been a pleasure speaking to OdinSchool and all of you. So giving a bit of understanding about what we do as an organization, as Foreseer. So we are an organization which has crossed now like 3+ years. So that's actually a milestone in terms of being a startup. So we initially started operations in Bangalore. Now we have extended into the Middle Eastern market. We have an office back in Dubai. What we primarily do is focus on two areas. One happens to be the buzzword about data analytics and stuff like that, which has also a piece of data science, the whole spectrum of data engineering and everything coming in attached with that. So we have our own products and solutions around that. So we also have the consulting element which comes in for our projects. Along with that, we have picked up a niche space called sustainability in an overly simplified manner. It's a wide umbrella term which is used for a lot of things which we see and hear around us these days, about be it about climate change, be it about what is happening in the society, and also connected to like how an organization operates, right? So we focus on a specific segment in sustainability, which happens to be something called as ESG reporting, and what follows from there. So it's a domain in itself, which is primarily involved around compliance, risk management, and those kind of areas. Now, it's a very data-hungry subject. That is where the subjects come together, as in data and sustainability. Otherwise, to the uninitiated listeners, it would seem as if like, what is this guy talking about, right? What is data and what is sustainability? It has nothing to do with each other. But in fact, you need a lot of data, tons of data to do that kind of a reporting from an ESG compliance perspective. And it's something which is coming up as a regulatory requirement also in not just few regions, but across the globe. I believe you might have heard about what is happening from COP29, COP28. The recent COP29, which concluded in Azerbaijan, was there's a big hue and cry about the whole financial support which is being given by developed countries for developing countries to curtail all these climatic implications and stuff like that, right? So it's a big deal now that companies will also have to play a major role by reporting their environment, social and governance aspects, along with their regular financial statements. And to answer the last part of the question, Shruti, was as in, how is the new age technology working together in all these spectrums, right? So basically, one I've already covered, as in data is the new oil. So it is required for for us to be in a space wherein we are able to help our customers report on these parameters. Plus, AI and machine learning becomes an integral part of this whole journey, because be it data, the data side of it, or be it sustainability, the world is not looking at analytics, first of all, in the way we are used to, right? So it's not those traditional dashboards, visualization tools like be it Power BI or Tableau or ClickView. That's not how people are looking at it. More and more people are getting impatient, and probably it's coming from the fast consuming mentality, right? It's like you want your responses very quick. So the CEOs and the CFOs of the world today, they want immediate responses. They can't wait for a week for somebody to develop a report and come to a conclusion. Decisions have to be fast. So definitely AI and the generative AI comes into play. And as we know, the backend for this whole thing has to be driven by data scientists and people who can do that part. And the same applies from forecasting or suggesting the next steps from a sustainability perspective also, because again, it's a data play, right? So that's how it comes together.
Right. So basically what you're saying is there is going to be a good demand of people who are skilled in these areas, not just in the conventional, when we think of data analytics and these kind of things, we think of e-commerce, we think of, a lot of other applications that way. Usually the mind doesn't connect ESG and sustainability with these kind of technology. So what you're saying is even in domains like this, there is going to be an increasing demand of people who come with these kind of skill sets.
Absolutely. And it's without any doubt, this is the thing which is going to happen. I would not restrict it to sustainability alone.
Right.
I would say that that's a domain. But in terms of data, with the growth of cloud technologies, how it has happened, people are becoming more and more hungry for what they can do with this data. And it's actually a great time for students and people who wish to get into this side of a career stream, with a bit of guidance, of course. Having the skills is one thing, but understanding that what is their roadmap, just being a data scientist and just having a understanding of that subject would not be enough. You would have to actually then see that how you use these into practical solutions, right? As in how you are able to solve real world problems. So that is what we call used cases. Yeah.
Right. So another question, a kind of personal question, you said it's been 3 years since you founded, you're one of the co-founders of Foreseer. So what made you choose this kind of a niche sector? When you said yourself it is niche. So if you want to, entrepreneurship, if you wanted to start something, then what motivated you to choose this niche segment?
Yeah, valid question. This is a question which we hear a lot. Thanks for bringing it up. See, basically, I started my career, or like few of my co-founders also, we come heavily from a finance background.
Okay.
Being in the chartered accountancy line and all things, we started from way away from technology. The early 90s and all those, it was like very rife for, picking up a profession, saying that either you become an engineer or you become a chartered accountant, or you become a cost accountant. That's how it used to be, or
Right.
probably lawyer. I'm not trying to degrade any other profession, but those were the realities of those days, right? So data science or data was not a big thing. It was it was like you take a stream and you go like that. Now, having been in that space, you always deal with numbers a lot. So data happens to be like a passion personally, and analyzing patterns, understanding what are the trends available, those were always part and parcel of what we do as industry. Probably having a good mix of having spent like 10 plus years or close to like 15 years in the consulting stream as well, be it audits, be it bank audits, or working with large industries or a variety of industries, be it retail, hospitality, pharma, you name it, we would have covered a good percentage of those industries also. We understood that the world is not just packed into balance sheets and P&Ls. It's actually a lot of things, right? So if you had to meaningfully analyze something, right, you need to understand industry jargons, you need to understand their language, right? It becomes very important. And that brought us also in parallel to technology. It introduced us at a very early stage to how technology helps in all these aspects, right? So be it ERP solutions, CRM solutions, which have their own niche areas, right? Or other operation systems. We understood that how technology was growing around. And with the latest burst, with the whole AI element coming in and cloud technologies and the compute power growing so much, we understood that the next big thing is going to be data. So that is where we started with data. And thankfully with support of team members as capable as Bhavani and Tarun, who is also again from OdinSchool, we have been able to develop few products of our own, and probably Bhavani here can also give some testament on that side as well, and she has been instrumental in that side. So we see that the newer generation is also really contributing to that side, once you are given a direction. So, and it sort of vindicates us saying that what we chose as a direction was really the right way to go. And sustainability came into play around like 1.5 years back as a subject, So a bit of reading, research, knowing what is happening around you leads us to these kind of conclusions. So I would always suggest that students or upcoming professionals, they should not have a myopic view about what they learn. Textbooks are the end of it, but also keep on reading what is happening around them. So it will lead you to other subjects, and also understand that how you use your skills, which you get from schools, and then apply it in real world problem solutions. And sustainability happens to be an answer to a real world problem.
Right. Yeah. There's something very interesting that you brought up. You come from you're not a data scientist you didn't start off. You're probably not even from the IT sector. You come from the finance and audit kind of sector. And now you've founded a company that is entirely based on analytics and data science. And we're also talking machine learning and artificial intelligence. So basically, if people come from non-IT kind of backgrounds, but have learned skills and they're able to apply, then you feel that people with that kind of a domain knowledge plus technology knowledge have space in the industry today in terms of building a career in these kind of areas.
Absolutely, Shruti. And there's no two ways about it. If you bring a good blend of both, that is when you succeed in this industry. You cannot be one-sided. And you could have scraped through this probably 5 years, maybe 10 years back, saying that I just know a few lines of codes and that's enough. But today, people are seeing that, codes can be generated by chat GPTs of the world.
Correct.
But how you position them, how you put it all together to make that story complete, that is the success thing, right? So, and what I've seen from my career is like, be it having started as an audit specialist in HDFC Bank towards where I am right now, I've not learned any lines of codes, right? But with the direction you take, there's always scope for learning new things.
Right.
So, and we always encourage having smarter people with us. So it's not like we be the only smart. I mean, we don't try to be the smartest people in the room, right? That is not going to help us as an organization. We want the newer guys to come in, the ladies to come in and be much smarter than us. So we would have a vision, right? Saying that this is what we want. And probably that's what helps, from our experience and pass it on to the next level. And from what I've seen, they're brilliant. They know how to execute it, right? So we just need to handhold them, guide them, point them to the right direction, and all these learnings would happen. You just need to have a willingness, be open to and be receptive about what is happening, right? Raise your hand once in a while and say that, yeah, I want to take up that challenge. Let me try it out. So we are here to support. We say that you fail, that's okay. You tried.
Right.
So that's the whole approach. And anybody can do this. That's the whole thing. You just need to be a good listener. You just need to show some level of interest into the subject. And trust me, we don't claim that we are experts.
Right.
We are learning every day.
Correct. And even AI as a domain, although so many advancements are being made, I think it is still in the initial levels of development. I mean, we really don't know 5 years down the line where we are going to be. But I would still say that AI is still an evolving field. We're still experimenting with a lot of things. So at this point of time, I think having that initiative, interest, wanting to experiment would be one of the biggest skills that a person can bring, with, of course, the strong foundational knowledge of the technologies involved.
Absolutely, absolutely. These are two magic ingredients for success. Because you rightly put it, Shruti, AI is still a buzzword. It is still evolving, and it is going to evolve forever, I guess. There's not going to be an end point. A good example is the companies which have been developing robots, right? So these guys have spent so much money into just research and investment. Not even one robot has come out commercially serving us that way. Then why are they doing that? It's because every day something is changing. Every day there is an evolution which is happening. And somebody who gets into this line, it's like trying to be a doctor, right? Your learning never stops. You need to constantly upgrade yourself. You need to have an eye on your customers and their requirements and all these things. At the same time, you should be very focused on how you upskill yourself. Today, one skill is good. I mean, you should continue education. You need to keep on learning, enhancing it, and with the right attitude, get places. That's what I would say.
That's true. So, I mean, how has been your experience working with OdinSchool? Because you have some of our team members are, some OdinGrads are a part of 4SEER now. Over the past 1 year, we have many of our students have been part of the team. So what sets them apart? I mean, what is it that you like in them that you've hired multiple of them?
Right. So OdinSchool was a by chance kind of a thing which happened. It was like very early stages, and I feel very happy to say that Odin was associated with us from probably from the first year onwards. We were in talks with your team, and it all happened so fast. We said, okay, let's try it out. So we were willing to take a chance with new people. We wanted to have fresh blood. We didn't want always to have like a very fixed mindset. What happens with age is like you basically get into a very fixed kind of a mindset. You can't break that shackle. But with freshers coming into scheme of things, they try to innovate. They try to learn. Along with that, they see things in a different perspective, right? So our association with OdinSchool has been great so far, and I would say our success percentage has been really good. Few things which I've seen specifically, and we were very happy dealing with OdinSchool so far, was the fact that rather than just trying to match the skills, you are also trying to match the aptitude or the soft skills or those kind of other skills which are generally neglected or which can't be really seen in a CV. Right. So we are very happy to say today that we have got some really fabulous candidates in Bhavani, Tarun, and few others, where we got a good mix. We saw that they are really committed to the cause. They are always trying to do better, and they have the right attitude, which was very important. That was the first thing when we had the chat long time back, was one thing which came in, and OdinSchool really nailed it. You really gave us the right candidates, and we felt confident coming back to you saying that we deal with a lot of external houses also for talent hunting and all those things, but the effort which your team has always made and the commitment which was shown from your team in finding us the right candidates made our life easier. The amount of interviews which we had to do, we always felt more confident saying that, yeah, I can take a risk here. That's okay. I know that there's a higher chance of success with a candidate coming from OdinSchool.
Thank you. That means a lot. That kind of validates all the effort we put into, the 6 months of training plus the screening, and a lot of soft skills training also go into the program. So coming from, for us, the ultimate proof point is our students getting hired in companies like yours, right? Where there is not just an opportunity for them to enter this domain, but also we feel strongly that in organizations like 4SEER, the growth opportunities are also very strong. The learning curve is steep. when compared to many other companies, the kind of learning curve they have, the kind of growth opportunities, what they are able to pick up in 6 months of training once they join organizations like yours has been amazing. So that's one of the reasons we encourage a lot of our students to actively participate in the different recruitment drives we have, and also take companies like many companies. A lot of times we have people who come with certain names and say, I want to go work only there. I don't want to work in this. I've not heard of it. But a lot of quality data science, analytics, and AI/ML work is happening in companies like Forceer, and that is what we keep, educating our students also. Very happy that you found our students, a good match for your team. We have one of them with us, Bhavani. Hello.
Hi, ma'am.
So Bhavani has been a part of Forceer for some time now. Bhavani, could you please tell us how your journey was when you joined Forceer and how your experience has been since then?
Yeah, it's been like a 1 year place. I joined in Forceer, as part of my journey. I'm very happy to be here, still representing our company Forceer Technology Strategy Engine. And working here has been an amazing journey for me. And when I joined this company, I was eager to learn, and I found a place where I could grow both personally and professionally. And the projects I worked on taught me many important skills like the teamwork and the problem solving and how to handle these challenges at my workplace. And I also improved my technical knowledge and learned how to communicate better with others. And where the company gave me the chance to try new things, which is booming technologies like AI, machine learning, and the data science and the data analysis, which I feel very opportunate to learn and also work for those booming technologies. And I'm very thankful for the support of my team and the opportunities that I have received from our company.
Great. Bhavani, could you also tell us a little about your background, your education, how you happened to come into data sciences and analytics?
I did graduation in BSc MSc CS, which is Math, Statistics and Computer Science, and I graduated from Usmania University, which is located in Hyderabad.
Okay.
And also I graduated in the year 2022. Then I joined after a month. I joined in the OdinSchool for data science bootcamp.
Great. So very happy to see that you're experiencing growth, and we look forward to your growth journey. Probably we'll come back to you 1 year down the line, and we'll see how much you have seen growth, and we'll be very proud of the place you have reached. So we look forward to all our students. We look forward to being a part of their growth journeys. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Mr. Verghese, any words of advice for a lot of youngsters like Bhavani, who a lot of people want to get into data analytics, data science, just because there's a lot of hype around it. They don't actually understand the industry as such. But we also see a lot of people making these kind of transitions like Bhavani and Tarun. We have seen hundreds of success stories like that. So for somebody who is on the verge of wanting to decide what is the next step for me, just graduated or probably 2 years working somewhere and feeling stagnated, wanting to grow further, what would be your advice if they want to transition into this kind of a domain?
So basically, like one of the questions earlier we spoke about was the fact that people first of all feel that I've been into some other domain. How can I become a data scientist, or like what do I do in this space at all, right? That's the first notion people need to let go of. It's never too late. That's what I would say as such. And I've seen that sometimes it just clicks, right? Plus the fact that, the level of commitment you put into it, you should not feel that, okay, things don't work out in the first year. means end of the journey, right? Or end of the road. Things in this industry, at least, I can say from an IT industry, or probably not trying to overly generalize this thing, but it's a fact that efforts have sort of like a compounding effect. So
It's true.
the value you are creating over a period of time by showing the commitment, putting in more effort towards your learning, plus facing those challenges and all those things, are eventually going to have so much value created for you in the third year, wherein you will see those financial growths also really trickling in. I mean, moving away from the trickle effect to like the growth is going to be like an investment, right? You make an investment today, probably you will see that after 10 years with a compounding effect that really jumps, right?
Right.
Which is something which I see that people really should not worry about where they start, because they need to think of it as a learning opportunity. Get in, get your hands dirty, try things, fail more, and create value for yourself, and value is not just the salary you're drawing. The value is like how valuable are you to somebody or an organization. So the companies would be looking at definitely your educational aspects, your skills and all those things. But along with that, the experience which you are gaining, having worked on different aspects, right? All these things come as a mixture. So I would say that commitment is definitely a factor. Think about what you put in today is going to reap 100 times the benefits over once you cross the 3-year barrier. That is one. Work hard on your communication, right? Don't just become a developer, right? Because you would have to face people, right? Because, right, like you rightly put, Shruti, the customers also feel the same thing. They also don't know anything about data science. They only know what they would like to see, or sometimes they are not clear about that. Having dealt with so many customers, first thing the customer asks us is like, why should I give you 30 minutes of my time? Right? So let's say I give you that, please show me value in those 30 minutes.
Correct.
Right? So what you show with all this effort and domain understanding or something is what all comes out as a product or a solution which you put. So try to be solution providers. Don't look at a problem as a problem saying, and scratch your head. Find solutions. Have lateral thinking. So world only pays for solution providers, end of the day, right? So there is no harm in people shifting a career, coming from, let's say, engineering background and nothing to do with software, for example, and moving to this side. People do amazing job, because they have already gained so much from the other professions and lines, they still don't know about it. Adding that to the data science or the analytical strengths and stuff like that just makes you more valuable, right? So
Right.
You just need to be able to be patient about it, spend good 1 to 3 years, learning more and more, and then you're set, right? This is how it goes. As simple as that. And you need to constantly keep on studying, right? One course, is it good enough? No. We tell our team, go get your certifications, do more, learn more. That's always going to create more value for you and for us also. But I would say that this should be your typical journey. And who knows, you might start your own Google one day.
Right.
Next iPhone.
I'm going to ask you a very cliched question before we wind up. It's been beaten to death, but I would like to have your perspective, especially for people who are considering this domain. Is AI going to take away jobs?
Not, in my personal opinion, I don't think so. It's how well you adapt, right? AI is going to be an enabler, and that's the story here. If you look at it as an enabler, because today, even Bhavani can vouch for this thing, like rest of the team members, we use AI for even helping with codes, right? So we don't have to be an expert, like a 10 on 10 on SQL or Python or somebody. We might be a 6 or a 7, right? So just imagine, I would check my codes using AI or something like, or I would get a few missing points probably, which I don't know how to go about it with this thing. So with that, you don't see a job going away. You see that you develop something better. You do a better job. So I don't see AI taking away job. But having said that, if the job was about saying that doing a manual activity, right, that was supposed to go off anyways, right? Jobs also keep on evolving. It has never been constant. It's just like landline phones, which probably today the generation has not even heard about, is totally out, right? Nobody even talks about it and nobody knows about it. And it is all on gadgets which are with us today. And can you imagine how a new gadget is going to take shape, right? It's going to be on these glasses next.
Right.
That's what Apple is working on. That is what Meta is working on today. So does that mean that conversation stopped or communication stopped? So you should think of yourself as that element. The technology could keep on changing, but communication is still important. So people are important. AI is going to be the glasses or something else. It is going to take shape. So it's going to be an enabler, but you are key.
Right. I think the only way you can your job will be lost if you don't adapt. I think that is a bigger risk than AI itself. AI is not the risk. The inability or the resistance to adapt will be a bigger risk.
Absolutely. It's just like saying that if Kohli doesn't perform in a match, he's going to be criticized end of the day, right? Not because he's not a great player or he hasn't got so many records under him, right? It's bound to happen. It is just a good pressure to push you to get better, right? It's totally with you, how you shape it.
Thank you. So thank you so much, Mr. Verghese, for spending this time with us. We are very excited to continue our association with you and hoping that many more Odingrads, they become part of 4Seer's growth journey as well. Looking forward to great things coming up from 4Seer Technologies, and we'll look forward to working with you more. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much, Shruti. Really appreciate it, and it was a pleasure speaking to you and the OdinSchool members as well. It's always been pleasure working with you guys. So we really hope that we get more candidates like Bhavani and Tarun, right, in the near future, and they become the leaders of the future, right? Because I see them taking over the mantle at some point of time, and then sharing their experiences. So yeah, thank you so much, and it was a pleasure.
When that happens, we will be as proud as you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Bhavani. Nice talking to you. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay.